So the question is, how do I know when I'm getting near to the limit of what's possible? Actually, I start to get some feel from the tyre through the steering mechanism that tells me how much flexing of the tyre wall there is, and the amount of flexing in the tyre wall tells me how much grip there is underneath, because if it flexes more, then the tyre moves. And what I'm actually doing is feeling very, very carefully at the steering for the feedback that comes from the road surface. What is it that makes the car go around the corner? It's a great question, isn't it? Again, it's this thing, it's the tyre. We've got a little chunk of a tyre so we can wind it around and get the hang of what's happening. What's a slip angle? Slip angle is simply the angle between where the wheel is pointed and where the tread is pointed. If the wheel is turned by a steering wheel, that would give us a slip angle because they're at a different angle. So you can see the difference. That's causing a slip angle. Simple as that. Okay, so how does this slip angle translate to what we're doing, and how does the tyre work at the front of a car? So here's the front of the car. When we actually put our slip angle on, it's like a foot walking around the corner. There's one on the floor, the tread's on the floor. We put a slip angle on with our feet, just at a different angle. When that one lands, the car gets pushed around the corner. The rear one wears out a bit. Next one lands. That one comes down, etc. So the tyre walks its way around the corner. We understand that it's necessary to have a slip angle to give us a force that pushes the car. We turn the front wheel, the car gets pushed sideways. Watch what happens at the rear. As the front moves laterally, the rear experiences a slip angle. So the rear wheel is rotated by the movement of the whole chassis. So here's our wheel, it rotates and gives us that movement on the tyre, which we call a slip angle. When we generate a slip angle, the rear starts walking around the corner and pushes the rear of the car laterally across the road. So the question is, how does this feedback get back to the driver? How do we sense what the road's doing? In practice, what happens is we have a tyre that's on the road, so there's grip underneath, and we have operated the steering wheel, so we put a slip angle on, and whatever angle that is what it is, but we can feel it. If the tyre goes over something slippery, that angle will change because the tyre will move. And when we're getting near to the limit, the tyre doesn't get any tighter, it just moves around and we get that feedback. We've seen that our slip angle feeds back to the driver. On the way into our corner, we're going to be feeling how much of the slip angle we've got. We're going to be feeling effectively how much grip we've got at the front as the car turns in. As that happens, it's a bit like this. We have an area we can bend it, we put a slip angle on the front, we can feel it. If the rear of the car lets go in the middle of the corner, say, then the rear slides and that affects our slip angle at the front, changes it dramatically. So what actually happens is, as we progress through the corner, we start to get a sensation, if the rear lets go, how much grip there is at the back. And that is a sensational piece of feedback for a driver right on the edge.